We're here on another project with Jeremy from Link Custom Painting, and we're going to show you a little bit of behind the scenes of what he got going on this project, and also give you an insight about Jeremy. How you feeling?
Good.
You ready?
I feel good. Yeah, let's do it.
This is the first, not even the first YouTube video. This is actually, you've already been on YouTube.
Did one YouTube video already. We did the kitchen cabinets. We were on a house. We did cabinets, built-in, shiplap, all that other stuff. And now we're on an exterior job in LBI, New Jersey right now. So
Let's take you guys behind the scenes of what this project is looking like, because it's not a small project here.
no, it's not.
You're no stranger to small projects.
It's not a small project. It's about a 6,000 square foot home. We'll take you a walk around and show you exactly everything that we're doing on it right now. So
Let's see what he's doing. Let's take you guys and show you. This is a beautiful exterior project that he has in LBI. Tell me a little bit more. I know it's a 6,000 square foot project. What's it looking like today?
no, it's going good. We're actually trying to knock out all the trim. Delfino, he's actually taping off the windows. We're actually going to be spraying some of the trim and all that stuff. Makes it a little bit easier. He's making funny sounds out there right now. He's always a comedian, but great work. You're an awesome guy. But yeah, we're prepping that, going around. I got the other guys in the back finishing up some of the trim. Francisco, he's wiping down the windows, making sure all the caulking was good. Those are going to start getting taped off.
You train your guys to wipe down the windows? Do you tell them that? That's part of your standards?
Part of it. We want to make sure everything's done right. So and it's really important, especially when you're putting a tape on, because you want good adhesion. So when you're spraying, that power from the spray, if that tape isn't on good enough, it's going to blow the tape off, and then you're going to get overspray over all the windows and stuff that you're trying to protect. So again, prep, I can't express it enough. Prep.
No, seriously, I've been on a couple of job sites here with Jeremy. You know, these guys are serious about the prep work, and that's what separates a good painter and a great painter.
Painting's actually the easy part. It's the prep. You know, that's what makes a job great. You know, you can come in, anybody can come in, well, put paint on the walls and call themselves a painter, but it's all the little details, the prep, you know, the caulking, the rinsing, the washing, the scraping, sanding, all that, everything that's involved, you know. We've been on some jobs where, you know, we're there for 2 weeks, we're on like day 7, and the homeowner's like, are you gonna start painting? I'm like, listen, the painting is the easy part, it goes quick. It's all the prep. We wanna make sure we have a good, solid foundation to work with. So again, prep, that's what we're doing right now.
How do you mentally prepare for projects like these?
We're used to them now, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I'm sure with everybody else, I was nervous. Big job, I'm like, oh, crap, like, how do I price this out? How long is it gonna take me? This and that, like, it's nerve-wracking, but I'll be honest with you, I mean, you give the price that you think is fair. Sometimes in the beginning, you get burned or whatever, you know, but over time, you start getting used to knowing what your value is, how much it costs. And I'll be honest with you, the first few jobs, I just went in with that mindset, like, let's just do it, get it done. If I make money, I make money. If I don't, I take it as a learning experience. And now from there, I know, after doing so many of them, I know how to price them out. Profitable, still giving a great product at the end. It's just sometimes in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, you just gotta have a good mindset going, and just, even if you lose money, I chalked it up. It was like, okay, that's a learning experience. Don't do that again. Charge a little bit more, but it's what it is, you know. Sometimes it's trial and error. I'll even reach out to a few other guys in the beginning, like, what do you think? What's your thought on this? Like some other guys in the industry. And everybody's usually pretty helpful, you know. But for the most part, it's just kind of trial and error. So
there's a price to pay for everything.
Absolutely. And that's just where experience comes in, you know. It's not like you just start a business and great and getting these big jobs and I know how to price them and everything just goes smooth. I don't remember the last time, and I'm not saying that to be whatever, but everything just went absolutely smooth, perfect throughout the day. It's just business. Any business owner will tell you, you're always running into something, and it's just a part of running businesses, handling those situations and just adapting and keep moving forward.
You said you've lost money in business. I mean, we've all been there. What's the most amount of money that you've lost in business?
I care not to say, because basically by the time materials were paid, paying out labor, I'm like, crap. Like I was in a hole.
How do you come back from that though?
Mindset, man. You know, the next job, it's like, okay, I should have did this, I should have charged for that, whatever else. But the main thing is you have to explain to the customer, or show them your value, show them your brand, show them your worth, that this is why the price is what it is. It's not just going and giving, okay, this, yeah, I'll give you cheap price. They're paying for a brand, they're paying for a peace of mind. They want to be happy. They know what they're paying for. You know, at the end of the job, I don't want to walk away. I want to walk away and knowing they're thrilled, they're over the moon with everything, and that they're not like, oh my God, I can't believe I paid this guy all this money and this and that and whatever else, and it looks horrible. No. But again, that is the reason for the pricing, because there's a lot of extra details that go into everything. When we do the job, we want to make sure it lasts. You know, you're not just paying for a quick, a splash.
A Band-Aid.
Yeah, a Band-Aid or a splash and dash. You're paying for a professional painting job, and that's what it comes down to.
Right now, you're going through a full rebrand. You've took a step back to redo your logo,
Correct.
to rebrand your trucks, to even getting on social media and putting yourself out there a lot more than what you were doing before. Because I saw some videos that you were posting, and that's great. But now you've decided to work with professionals, a whole team behind your social media and online presence. And what is this? Why was this rebrand for you important?
Just keeping up with the times. I mean, it's not just. Not to say I'm old, but like it's not like people open up the yellow pages anymore and look for a painter. Everything is social media nowadays. It really is. I mean, social media. I do get calls from Google and stuff like that, but the main thing is social media. People can see you. They can relate to you. They see what the process is. They feel comfortable. They start seeing. I want people to see my page and see what we do and actually feel, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. I feel comfortable with him. You know, I know if we hire him, I know we're going to get the job we expect.
Now that you're getting on social media, right? Now that you're putting yourself out there, how does it feel now creating content compared to in the beginning when we did start working together?
I'm not going to lie, it was a little awkward at first, like being on camera. I'm that guy. Like, trust me, it was definitely a barrier for me to overcome, but the more and more I do it, I am getting more and more comfortable with it.
Right now you saw the power of social media because one of your videos did over 20,000 views.
It was 27,000 actually.
27,000 views on TikTok. What was your TikTok presence before?
I didn't have a TikTok presence. I actually asked Flo, I'm like, Flo, can you set up my TikTok for me? Because it's another thing. I'm somewhat computer savvy and all that stuff, but some of this stuff, it's a little much, and I don't have the patience for it. I got enough going on with the business.
Yeah.
So, but he started it for me, got it on there, and literally one post, almost 27,000. I got another couple other posts. One's just about to reach 10,000. Listen, I've been on TikTok for I think like 2 weeks, and not to say I'm just a painter.
Oh yeah, like literally 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm just a painter. I'm not like Kim Kardashian or anything like that, where I got like millions of followers and this and that. But no, I mean, to me that's a lot. I don't know. I know I'm not getting millions of views, but to me that seems like a lot. That's a lot of.
Imagine 25,000 people right here in front of you.
Yeah.
Imagine going to a networking event and getting a chance to promote your business in front of 25,000 people.
I know, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, and again, it's not like yellow pages or going, like, obviously a painter going to the paint store and like asking, okay, who do you recommend? Which I do get recommendations that way, but picking a card off the wall, like a business card off like the section or, whatnot, it's.
And what they're going to do is that even if they do pick the card off the wall, they'll probably go check out your social media.
Right, and people are going to do their due diligence. They want to know, okay, who is this guy? Is this just some regular, Joe Schmo off the street that, okay, yeah, I've been painting for 3 months. I bought a truck and a paintbrush and, whatever. No, they want to see the process. They want to feel comfortable. They want to know what your company's about. They want to see your employees. They want to see me. They want to, so when I actually do get the call and go out in the estimate, they feel very comfortable with me, and they almost like they know me, so to speak.
And they value everything that you value as far as running the business.
Correct, exactly. They want to know what they're getting, what they're paid for, and essentially they're inviting me into their home. Even though they see me on social media, I am still a stranger in their house, and they want to know that they have somebody they can trust to bring into their house. That's their comfort zone. That's their safe space, I guess, so to speak. Your home. That's where you feel safest at.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. Imagine walking up to somebody in the street and saying, "Hey, pay me $20,000."
Right.
Like, You just can't do that. Nobody's just going.
fly with my wife.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. So that's why even taking the initiative to get on social media,
Exactly.
getting a little bit outside of your comfort zone. What we created today.
We did a few funny videos. We did some of the prep work that we do on the exterior. Obviously, with the sessions that we do, we can't get everything in a day, but like this is some of the stuff that we do. We just, like I said, I like the funny videos because it shows I can relate. I'm not like stuck up or like just some whatever, but also at the same time showing these are some of the processes that we do that you may even have questions about. So when you come I come for the estimate, your answers, your questions are already answered because these are the things that we do, and that gives you confidence in me that I'm going to do the right thing by you.
Yeah, it's not just creating videos just to create it. We're literally here seeing the guys put the caulk on, fill in the gaps, wipe down the windows. Like, I'm watching everything that happens, and I'm just like, yeah, let's get that on camera because most likely this is what a homeowner would love to see if they're gonna get all of this stuff taken care of when you do come in.
Right. We're not just showing up with a ladder and a paintbrush and painting your home. We're taking all the necessary steps in order to give you a good quality paint job that's going to last for years. Not just coming like, oh yeah, your paint job's done, give me 20, 30, 40 grand, like not happening. But we want you to know the steps that we're taking so you feel comfortable, you feel confident when you hire us. So
people can't pay you if they don't know who you are.
Right.
They can't pay you. And I always say that there's more people that don't know about you than do know about you. So whatever you have to do to get in front of those people, go do it. Make phone calls, go introduce yourself, networking groups, anything and everything that you have to do to show them that, you're capable of doing the service that you say that you do. And don't be afraid to do it. Right? I do have a couple other questions here. What keeps you motivated on days when business feels slow?
No, you're going to have, listen, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, and that's just part of being a business owner. Not every day is a home run. You're going to have your days that, the phone doesn't stop ringing. It's calls. I need an estimate. It's like, I go home like, nice, and then you got your times where, like it's a little slower, I'm not going to lie, last year, with the economy and everything, it definitely, inflation and whatnot, business cut back, and it wasn't just with painting. I come to find out it was all services across the board. Everybody just started tightening up. They were feeling the impact of inflation in the economy. So sometimes you just gotta put your head down and keep pushing along, and that's the only way I think to succeed is just have the confidence in yourself, keep pushing, and just keep doing what you got to do. Because if you give up, then you're done. You might as well. Or if you start doubting yourself, it's a downward spiral. Can't even say it. Downward spiral that you're gonna run into, that rabbit hole, or so to speak. You just keep the faith, keep pushing along, and keep going, man. That's what it's about.
You said you gotta have confidence, right? How do you build up your confidence?
I get my confidence from I know what I provide. When we're done with the job, and when the customer hires us, when we're done, and it exceeds their expectations, that's where I know, like, all right, I know what I'm giving, I know what I'm offering them, and I know what I'm providing them, and it just makes me feel like, okay, I'm not like, all right, like we're cutting a corner here, No, I know what we're doing. We're doing it the right way, and that makes me sleep easy at night because I'm not trying to get over on anybody, and it just, again, that's where the confidence comes from, knowing
You
I'm
really
a good quality service.
You really have to trust yourself.
Right, it is, and that's what it is. And it took some time. Like right in the beginning, it was tough. Like when we first started the business, it was tough. Like, is this going to work? Doubting yourself, this and that. But it's just, you gotta, again, have confidence in yourself that you can do it. You're gonna push through, a good mindset, and that's what it is. And you gotta roll with the times, man. Sometimes it's a roller coaster. You get some high times, you get some low times, and oof.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, the low times is,
builds character. It builds character. Right. What's a belief you had about business that you had to unlearn?
That it's easy. Easy running your own business. At first I'm like, how hard can it be? You make so much money. Yeah, like, this, that, yeah, it's easy. And then you start doing it, and it's like, damn.
It's like, oh, how'd I get here?
Yeah, like, between insurances, employees, equipment, making sure you're keeping the guys working, uh, there's so much behind the scenes stuff that needs to be done, advertising, and you think you're making all this money, and then by the end of the day, it's like, all right, I didn't make anything.
It happens. It
It
happens.
happens. It's what it is. But you keep pushing along, and eventually you start breaking over those barriers, and it gets better. It's never easy. I'll tell you that it's never just easy. If I ever have a day that's just smooth sailing, I'll take it, man. Like all right, it was a good day. Take it. That's a win for the books. But again, like I was saying before, you have every day you're running into new challenges. You're just gonna have to, adapt, adjust, and take them head on, and just do what you got to do. So
What does success mean to you now versus when you started?
growing, expanding, and well, I'm not even say growing, expanding because that was in the beginning. But now it's just more of just customers after they see the product or the service that we provide them with, and they're happy, and then they, word of mouth and this and that and whatever else. It's successful. Like you're a reputable, trustworthy business, and people know they can call you, and there's not going to be any issues. There's not going to be, okay. I've heard of nightmare stories of people have handed contractors the first deposit and they've never seen them again.
That happens
It
a
happens
lot.
a lot, and I'm like, oh, and I ask.
That's why trust is so important.
Right, and that's why I asked them, like, did you do your due diligence? Did you do your check on them? Like, did they have a social media page? Did they have reviews, this and that?
Sometimes they hire people that don't even have a website.
Right, and it's and sometimes I don't know, maybe they can talk a good game or whatever, and like, yeah, I can do this, yeah, no problem, this and that, and they never hear from them again. And again, obviously, being successful, that has to do, or wanting to have a successful business, that said, trust the brand, everything. There, people can come and, okay, I know this company, or Link Custom Painting, he's been around, he's got great reviews, I see his webpage, I see his Instagram, his social media, everything. It checks all the boxes, and that's what I'm going for. I mean, or that's what we're doing right now. And I mean, obviously, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, with the business, but that's all part of it. So I wish I could say I'm done building. We're never done. I'm always going to look for new avenues to grow, to expand even more, to get bigger, and that's what keeps me going.
And then lastly, what's your biggest personal win this year?
I know I know we were just talking about it, but I guess the whole rebranding, is something I've been meaning to do. Rebranding everything, and starting a social media. And, I guess altogether, everything is coming together because I do see a difference with the clientele. They're coming in, they're not so much questioning how long you've been in business, how long you've been doing this, how long you've been doing that, what's your thing. They kind of know what we're about already because they do check to see what's going on, like on our Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. So I'd say all around, everything as a whole, like the company is just getting better, more well-rounded, more, like, especially with the social media, more informed. It's more relatable, more, we are reputable. It's getting out there to more eyes and ears. More people are seeing it. So
That's a good
I
thing.
would say, I don't even know if that is a win, but I guess
that's a huge win. That's a huge win.
That's how I feel about the biggest win this year. So
Congratulations. It's been an honor creating content with you. I'm looking forward to all the success for Link Custom Painting and to continue to creating content for you and your business.
awesome.
Thank you for trusting us,
Thanks,
brother.
bro.
I want you guys actually to go follow Jeremy at Link Custom Painting on TikTok, Instagram. Go like his Facebook page, and also subscribe to his YouTube channel
Yes.
because he's also on YouTube. And then you guys know where to find me. If you need help branding your business, I'm gonna leave my information down below. Hopefully we get to help you and your business one day.